So the scene keeps going back and forth between Frollo's viewpoint and Tina's, which is kind of confusing and very tedious. But nonetheless, it's long, drawn out, and completely unnecessary. This scene does not move the plot forward, although it does establish Tina as a weak and shallow character. Tina goes back to her place and whines some more about Frollo and learns the shocking, horrible truth. Her son, Ben, was the one who accidentally opened the void and let all those Disney villains through. You bastard.
I did wrong, Mom. Even Chris and Ambria told me not to do it, but I did it anyway.
Despite Ben's shocking and emotional confession, no one reacts or responds, and he goes unpunished. The bastard. The heroes waste more time planning. They're up against an old man, a meathead, and PETA's worst nightmare. Although, really, anybody who owns a goldfish is PETA's idea of evil incarnate. How is this task a difficult one? Can Simba or the dinosaur just go in and maul them to death? And now I have to pause and wonder why killing the villains is never discussed. Wouldn't they go straight back to the void if they were killed? I mean, Frollo and Gaston wind up dead at the end of their films. Are they zombies here? Well, they're not covered with blood or moaning about brains, so I'm assuming the answer is no. Although that would make it more interesting. But I digress. There are Disney characters like Simba and Aladdin who could easily kill these villains, and they do nothing. Speaking of Aladdin...
That's when Aladdin, one to always believe but not now in doing things together as a team, suggested that the heroes split up.
Well, that's just one of the worst sentences ever written. And we get this little gem from Belle.
But don't you see, said Belle, it is the perfect goose. In fact, says Ariel, and I talked about it before you got home. We were watching the movie on your TV, then got this great idea.
At no point in The Hunchback of Notre Dame does anybody refer to Esmeralda as Esme. No one does that, except in crappy fan fiction. Belle is, of course, trying to convince Tina that it is a good idea to let Frollo grope and molest her. So once this scene peters out, we go to Carl's, where we find out just how Frollo is going to ruin Founders Day.
The judge had laid down a law that the usual Founders Day celebration and its time-honored activities be cancelled in favor of more staid, decorous events. A formal luncheon instead of a picnic, and no bonfire or pet rally, and no charity basketball game. Carl and the other business folk in Waldo already had a pool going on which team would come out on top, with the Disney tunes a 4-1 favorite.
That bastard! Did you forget that your kids were being forced to work in a sweatshop? Or are we just not gonna... No, we're not gonna deal with that. Okay. Bastard ruining Founders Day! Bastard.
It's on the Disney 7 or 6 if you don't count the mystery hero who just breezed into town to outline their individual plans to rid Waldo of that dastardly trio, Frollo, Cruella, and Gaston.
Oh, it is so on.
Someone might spot them. Well, when you have a misshapen bell ringer, a lion, a 2-ton iguana, a mermaid. You get the idea.
Anyway, Tina whines some more about how awful it is that she has to pretend to fall in love with Frollo. Again, I don't know why she has to do this. I don't know why she can't mace him or shoot him or get Simba to maul him to death. And at this point, I'm just going to stop asking where the police force is. They're probably on vacation.
That is, she had to pretend to fall in love with Frollo. Doug, of all the things she had to do just to rid the town of that mean, uptight, hypocritical SOB.
Meanwhile, a hamster named Winky takes Simba and Aladdin to go and free all of the Walroy pets, which Cruella de Vil has taken hostage and is planning to turn into little fur accessories. They're being held in a warehouse by her henchmen Horace and Jasper. And of course, Simba and Aladdin are absolutely terrified.
How are we gonna get past that? Wondered Simba. I don't know, said Aladdin, but I have a plan. Come on.
You're a lion and a dinosaur, and they are humans. Just stop in there and rip their fucking heads off.
Poor furry pals, thought Winky. They'll end up in Cruella's wardrobe for sure.
please stop saying furry friends and furry pals? Because this picture just keeps popping into my head.
This is gonna be tougher than I thought, said Aladard, who had a mind to crash through the door, scare the crap out of Jasper and Horace, and rescue the pets. Simba nixed this plan but thought of something else.
What? No, that was a good plan! You don't need to sneak around. Just burst in there and do something! So Simba attempts to sneak into the warehouse, but he gets shot with a tranquilizer dart. Aladar and Ben's cat Bungie decide that they have to sneak in and rescue him. You know, instead of Aladar ripping the roof off the warehouse and stomping on Horace and Jasper, instead of doing anything useful, Aladar just scares Horace and Jasper by pretending to eat Bungie the cat.
A monster reached out and swallowed the cat whole. Only the tail dangled from his mouth, which he sucked up like a stray strand of spaghetti.
At this point, Horace and Jasper just run away like morons.
Bungie was not too pleased with having her spotless white fur covered in I-know spit. Gee, she said, trying to lick off the spit. Now Chris will have to give me a bath. I hate baths. Aladar wheezed and coughed, saying, "Speak for yourself. Now I'll be spitting up hairballs for a week."
Gee. When did the cat get a sex change? It was a male earlier.
The pets are safe. After much touch and go, especially Winsome, who suffered a tranquilizer dart to the hindquarter, thus nearly ending up as a lion skin rug. All of Wallo's furry friends escaped unscathed.
Pets! They're called pets! And verb tenses, people, come on! The story's in the past tense, so it should read, the pets were safe. Of course, Horace and Jasper go and tell Cruella about this, and she doesn't believe them, and has them locked up in the town jail. So wait, there's a town jail, but there's no police force? How's that work? Anyway, Frollo finds them and uses some sort of magic device to send them back to the Void, and there's some randomness about how the device was invented by that mean kid from Toy Story. And... wait, why would he invent that? And why would he hand it over to Frollo? Wouldn't he just escape from the Void too?
Apparently, this hero knew about a magical remote designed by Sid, that sadistic brat from Toy Story.
So, the villains stuck in the Void have access to technology, allowing at least one of them to build this machine. Couldn't they all just escape together then? And if Sid invented this thing, why didn't he use it to escape? Why did he just hand it to Frollo? And wait, where did Sid learn so much about technology in the first place? The last time we saw this kid, all he was capable of doing was mutilating his little sister's toys. When did he become a physicist? But enough with the plot. Let's get back to what's really important. People whining. We have Tina.
Who, and I have to play up to him like some starstruck teenager. I only hope this plan works.
And Tina's friend Ruth.
We're stuck with these ne'er-do-wells, and it'll take a miracle to make things right again. Why, just this morning, Judge Frollo wanted to know where to acquire torture devices. Can you beat that? It's unthinkable, and it's unconstitutional.
Stop using the word ne'er-do-wells. Just stop it. Just stop. Stop. Please. Meanwhile, Belle, Ariel, and Esmeralda decide to install a trap for Frollo in the town jail. Belle runs off to get her dad, who, as you may remember, is an inventor. Being women, Belle, Ariel, and Esmeralda know nothing of blueprints or mechanical things, but that's okay because Belle's dad can do it all. Seriously, when your heroes need to call in somebody to help them, you know you're just screwed.